And this game, you had to know how to lose. It was stupid. It was gambling. The market really humbled me. It
Yeah.
really humbled me.
Here's why trading's so hard, everyone. Because you can do everything right for weeks, months, years, and then in one day you can lose everything and say, F it, let's go. Just start to gamble. So, to any trader who's watching this and it hasn't happened to you and you think it'll never happen to you, you're like everyone else in the world who has thought that and has had it happen to them. And so please, please know that we all think the same thing. We all think we'll never let ourselves lose control, hulk out, lose that much money. We'll stop out. We won't miss our stops. If you don't know what I'm talking about and you still don't think this is you, I promise you that it is you. Hey, what's up, YouTube traders? This is William from Bearable Traders, and today we have a guest from our room. This is Alexis, and he is a Bearable Traders member. And you know, the reality of trading is we can do everything right, and in one day, it can go south. And I really wanted to share this story with you when I learned what happened to Alexis last Thursday. So, Alexis, please just introduce yourself, tell us about your trading, and then get into your simulator trading to your live trading, and then what happened last Thursday, so we can share this story.
Well, first of all, you guys know me because I use as a username Dominican York, but my real name is Alexis Gonzalez. And I have been with you guys since November 2018. And first, before I start day trading, I was investing in cryptocurrencies like a Bitcoin, Litecoin. And then I lose so much money in cryptocurrency that I didn't want to trade no more. I didn't want to invest in cryptocurrency. And that's when I decided to learn about day trading. And I just look on Google. I Google best day trading book, and that's when I found an Andrew book. Actually, I have it right here.
Nice. I have it too in my office.
Yeah, and I read some other books as well. I do the Daily Coach. The Daily Coach, I have it here too. And yeah, I start reading the Andrew book. I read the second one as well. Actually, I got the second one here. You see? I don't know if you can see.
Yeah, it's
Second one.
upside down, but we got it.
Yeah. I read it twice, and that's when I decided to join the community. And the community really been really helpful with me. I learned so much with you guys. I'm really so thankful to be part of the BBT community. And yeah, I did like about 6 months in the simulator, a little bit of 6 months simulator.
That's so good, man. 6 months is awesome. Good job.
First, I said I want to do like 3 months, and I did it ready. I said, no, I need like another 3 months, and then at the next 3 months. And when I feel a little bit more confident, that's when I decide to go live. And I started live about like 6 weeks ago, around 6 weeks ago, and I was doing so good. My first week, I got like 5-day green. My first week. Then the second week, I got like 2 losers day, and then the third week I had like a 1 loser day. Then like I went 3 weeks straight without losing, winning a streak. So happy, so excited. Oh wow, that's really working for me,
Right.
And suddenly it's like kind of you like kind of forget about your emotions when you trade. You're doing good and something, you forget about your emotion. And these Saturdays, and I really want to keep.
Hold on. But before you go into Thursday, so you were trading for 6 weeks up until Thursday live, and how much were you up after your first 6 weeks of trading?
I was up about 4,400.
Yeah, and that's so good for a new trader to be up 4,400 after doing the right thing in Sim. So far, you're doing a lot of really great things. You're following everything, and you're being rewarded for that behavior. So yeah, so now what happened on Thursday?
And Thursday, I really like want to keep my winning streak. I didn't want to lose. I didn't want to lose, and I didn't follow my rule. I was trading that day. I was trading CVS, and CVS went to my stop loss, and I didn't get out. I didn't exit, and I just added. Then CVS keep going. It was going against me, and I was adding, and keep adding.
So you were averaging down, right? Instead of stopping out.
Down,
okay.
Basically. And it just moved like over $2 against me. And by the end of the day, I was down like about 4,300,
Mm.
around 4,300
Mm.
that month. And I was like, oh man, I can't believe that's happened to me. I lost basically all my profit.
Oh.
All my profit I lost. All my 6 week, I was like almost 4,500. Oh, but I lost all of that. And then the next day, Friday, right?
Mm.
I should speak with you, with you guys that day. I didn't speak with no one. You was like, I
Right.
was so hot that
Right. Right.
day. I was hot and I didn't want to speak with no one. I just sit down my computer and I take a walk. I went to take a walk, and the next day I just, okay, I got this. Let me try again.
Mm-hmm.
And I was so scared the next day when I was trading. I was like afraid to lose money. I was trading with a lot of fear, and I ain't losing more money that day. I ain't losing like about 340,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
Mm.
like about over 1% of my account
Mm.
side. I
Mm.
lost that. So with everything total, I lost like about almost like 4,700.
Mm.
So I'm down from my account like a 1%. I get all my profit back, plus I lost like a 1% of my account already.
Right. 6 weeks of profit gone in 2 days, but basically one day from Thursday. I've been there, just so we all know. I've done that. I've been on streaks of 3 weeks, never 6 weeks like that, but 3 weeks of profit that's been awesome, giving it back in one day, man. So I feel for you, and a lot of traders have done the same thing. Okay.
And I feel so much pain that day. Like, I get back all that just
Mm.
because I didn't want to get out, because I didn't follow my rule, because I didn't stop back when I have to. I didn't respect my stop loss.
Right, and
And
that's what I wanted to ask you. What was your stop? If you would have stopped out and followed your rules that you had been following for the previous 6 weeks, were you really good about following your rules and stopping out when you needed to?
yeah, of course, I was following my rule.
Hmm.
I think in two occasions, I
Hmm.
got lucky.
Hmm.
Be
Hmm.
honest with you, didn't
Hmm.
follow my rule,
Okay.
and it did work for me. It did work the two times I didn't follow my
Hmm.
rule. It did work.
Ouch. I
But
yeah.
the third time, that's what the third time that didn't follow my rule, and look what happened. I lost all my profit.
All of
You
it.
know, and we had to be aware of that, because sometimes when we're trading, we don't really focus on that. Like we just focus on we just want to make the money.
Hmm.
And when you have like a 3 week winning streak, you don't want to lose. You feel like you want to keep winning and winning. And this game, you had to know how to lose. You know
Hmm.
how to know how to lose. And I didn't want to lose that day. I didn't want to lose. I didn't want to lose.
Right, so if you would have accepted that first loss on CVS, how much would that loser have been if instead of averaging down, you stopped out? How much would that have
No,
been?
no more than 120.
And what is your max loss per day?
And my max loss it's 300.
Right.
Actually, it's 300.
So all you had to do was follow your rules, stopped out. You would have been well under your max loss and you could have waited for another good trade, but you did what all of us end up doing, revenging, averaging down, being stubborn, not accepting the loss. And this is why I wanted to share this with everyone, because up until that moment, even though you got lucky a couple times, we talked about it and you were pretty good about following your rules. You never went past your max loss before, so it wasn't like you lost more than 300 many times but made it back. You hadn't been past your max loss, and then in one moment of losing your emotions and your psychology, you give back 6 weeks of profit. Now, emotionally, how does that make you feel as a trader? After 6 weeks of doing pretty well, one day of doing bad, how do you feel as a trader now?
Well, I feel terrible. I feel like I had to start over again,
Hmm.
like a new baby. You know,
Yeah, I know.
and I feel like this could be a boy. It could be a boy. It could be a boy, and I keep thinking about that. I was thinking about that yesterday. I keep thinking about that today, and it's really hurt. It's really painful. But I gotta move on. I gotta keep going, and I don't just. I got to. I have to be aware of my emotion.
Hmm.
That's the main thing. I have to be aware of my emotion when I'm trading. I have to respect my stop loss. That's really important. Respect your stop loss. We had to leave to trade another day, and I believe that I believe that I can do better. And I can keep improving. And I can avoid that in the future.
You can do better,
I would.
man. And this is what I want to tell you. Do you think through your first 6 weeks that you were trading fairly smart and you were happy with you reading the charts and understanding what you were doing? Were you happy with your trading?
I was really happy with my trading. I
Okay.
was really happy with what I was doing. I always screenshot my trading.
Mm-hmm.
I always screenshot and I see what I did, which strategy I use. And I was really, I was excited with what I was doing with my trading strategies. I usually use open breakdown. I using open range, 2 minute open range
Mm.
a lot
Mm-hmm.
because before I used to use 5 minute.
Mm.
And I keep missing a lot of opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm using 2 minute opening range, and then I use 5 minute opening range.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just looking for A, B, C, D parallel. Sometimes I do a B reverse.
Mm.
That's the strategy I use the most.
Right, so
And
you're using smart setups. And so then you knew on your first CVS when you were wrong, you had your stop and you knew you should stop out, right? Like you knew you were supposed to.
I didn't want to. I want to keep the winning streak.
Right.
Really,
So this is what I want to make sure you are well aware of, because when I've been in your position, man, I forget that I'm a good trader. But if you can really understand that you were happy with yourself for 6 weeks and you made one bad decision to not stop out, after you stopped out, did you make a single smart trade that day, or were you just emotionally throwing money because you didn't want to be wrong?
Well, after I stopped out, I just shut down my computer.
Well, when you missed your first stop out and you kept on averaging in, and averaging down.
I was average down.
Were those good trades or just stupid emotional trades?
It was stupid. It was gambling.
It was gambling. So does that have anything to do with your ability as a trader to read charts?
Well, I don't think so. It was just my emotion. It was my emotion.
It doesn't have anything to do with it, man. So you gotta remember that you're a good trader. If you had 6 weeks of really good profits for a new trader and this loss had nothing to do with your trading skills and knowledge, you gotta think about that a lot and not let it get to you. That's what you gotta understand. I know it doesn't feel like that. It feels like crap. When I've done it, I've taken days off. I've talked with so many traders. I've whined to them and say how stupid I am. And they all try to remind me it's not about your trading, it's about your emotions. We need to learn to control our emotions and not let that affect our confidence and our ability to read a chart and make a good trade.
And I just want to tell everyone that they have to be aware of that because we forget about our emotion when we're trading. When we're doing so good in trading, we forget about our emotion, and sometimes it's gonna kick in. It's gonna really keep in, and it can bomb you up. It can bomb your account.
Mm-hmm.
You have to watch for your emotion. And I know there is some trading in the community that they going through for the same. You have to speak with someone. You have to speak with, not with your family member or your friend who doesn't trade. You have to speak with a trader.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I message you, and you after a few minutes you call me back and we start talking about that. I'm so grateful to be part of the community because you have been supporting me. So you have been supporting me during this journey. I'm really grateful.
Yeah, man.
And you have to.
I know. You texted me, and I had never talked to you personally before, and you told me what happened. I was like, hey, let's talk on the phone, which I've never talked with you on the phone because I know what you're going through. I've been through it more than once. So I feel for you. I'm glad I could offer you that support because people offered it to me. When I've been in there, I got support, so I want to give that back. So now moving forward, man, what's your plan? I know it's still so fresh. This was 3 days ago now. But what are you going to try to do to make sure this doesn't happen again? How are you going to move forward from this? What's your game plan going into next week?
Next year, I'm going to start like a new baby. I'm going to start over again. On Monday, I just going to do Sims. On Monday, Tuesday, I'm going to start doing small shares. I'm going to reduce my size by 75%. And I'm going to start trading a small share for the first week. The second week, I'm going to just, I'm going to increase a little bit. I want to keep increasing. I'm not going to be rushing. I'm not going to rush myself.
Very smart.
I'm going to take very small side because I don't want that happen again. And I'm going to be watching for my emotion. I'm going to be watching for my emotion. And respect my stop loss. That's really, really important. Risk manager. And you guys talk about risk manager all the time.
Every day.
I have watched the Rest Manager class 5. I think it's 5. Yeah,
Hmm.
I have watched class 5 like 4 times already, and look what happened to me. I forgot about class 5.
God, you watch that class 5 times, you know about risk management. Here's why trading's so hard, everyone. Because you can do everything right for weeks, months, years, and then in one day, you can lose everything and say, F it, let's go. Just start to gamble. And I mean, 5,000 is a lot of money, especially for a 30,000 account. But like you didn't blow up your account, man, and many times people do blow up their account. So that's a really good thing that it could have been a lot worse. And if you learn this lesson, it can stay with you for the rest of your trading career. Now, I know you mentioned this in our phone conversation before, but were you using the DOS risk controls to try to stop you from going over max loss? I forget what happened with that.
Well, actually, I was using that press control,
Hmm.
but for some reason, it didn't stop me out. It just, it keep going. My loser, it keep going, increasing,
Mm-hmm.
but it didn't stop me out. They didn't let me trade again, you know.
Ah, that's what
They
happened.
didn't, yeah,
Yeah,
but they didn't let me trade again, but they didn't stop me out. So I was,
Alexis, you didn't have the enable auto stop button clicked in. Do you know about that?
I know that I submitted. I
Oh,
don't know about that. I submitted on the desk control and didn't
mm,
work out. That's why I'm wondering. Even I spoke to them and I told them to lock. You
mm-hmm,
can lock my max loss,
mm, mm.
for like they didn't say that they can lock it for how much. They're gonna lock it until I told them again to
Okay,
unlock it.
okay.
So that's what they did. They locked my max loss, and I did that. What you say in auto stop.
Auto stop, yeah.
Yeah, I did that too, and it didn't work out that day. I don't know what happened.
Okay, well, hopefully you called them and you talked with them and hopefully got it fixed, right? Like somehow that must not have been clicked because when it's clicked and I hit max loss, it stops me at 100% of the
Well,
time. Yeah, it does.
yeah, that's what about I was on my screen. You can see right because
Mm,
I want to change some setup.
mm,
I want to change some setup. I want to decrease the share size because I had like a route
mm-hmm.
that got when I press the button, it just buy 100, 200 shares, 300 shares. So I want to decrease it to 5 to 50.
Smart.
20, and I want to start like that,
Mm-hmm.
slow, with small share. Yeah, I have to change. I'm gonna do that today because I don't want it that happen again to me.
Yeah, man. Well, thank you so much for sharing this. I mean, I asked you to share this with everyone, which a lot of people would never want to, right? On Thursday, you didn't want to talk with anyone, and this is only 3 days later. So, thank you so much. And for any trader who's watching this, here's the thing. Let me ask you, Alexis, if I would tell you three weeks ago that that in the next couple months you would blow up, lose your self-control, and lose let's just say $4,500, would you believe me or not?
I want.
You
I
won't.
was. Yeah, I was confident. I was confident about my trading, and that's what happened. You know,
Right.
the market really humbled me. It
Yeah.
really humbled me.
So to any trader who's watching this and it hasn't happened to you and you think it'll never happen to you, you're like everyone else in the world who has thought that and has had it happen to them. And so please, please know that we all think the same thing. We all think we'll never let ourselves lose control, hulk out, lose that much money. We'll stop out. We won't miss our stops. If you don't know what I'm talking about and you still don't think this is you, I promise you that it is you when you lose control. And this is what trading does to all of us. It gets our emotions get the best of us at times, and we lose control, and this is what happens. So I'm so thankful you shared this, man. Thank you so much, Alexis. Is there anything else you would like to say about it?
No, that was. I really thank you. To be having me here. Really appreciate that. And I can be able to share that with you guys and other traders be able to see that too. You know, I'm really grateful to be part of this community, guys. And the support that you have given me, a lot of support to
Mm.
me. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, man,
Yes.
I'm glad to be here. And I start exactly what you're doing. I started out when this happens, I always go back to very small share size, keep it really slow. I might take a day or two off, just watch the markets, kind of get the feel for it again. You're doing everything perfect. You did sim perfect, you did live perfect, you had one bad day, and now be back on the path of doing things perfect, and you'll get your confidence back, and your account will slowly grow again, man. Just keep up everything you've been doing.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much,
Cool.
William. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for everything. Okay.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, Alexis. I'll talk with you Monday to see how you're doing.
All right. Thank you. I
All right.
appreciate that.